Hey guys, it's Caleb, your Saturday host for FTRealM. Let's see, this week's topic is coming out stories. So, let me see. I am not really sure how I came out to my friends. Like back in high school, that was the first time I ever came out to anyone. I want to say I just told my friends, I was like, kind of feel more comfortable being a boy. And from what I remember, they're all just like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. So, with my family, it was a little different. um, I had tried to subtly like hint at it, and my mom was actually like, "Are you? Is this your way of telling me you want to be a guy?" I was like, "Yeah." Then we never talked about it again for like 3 years, so that was weird. But what I really did was I just kind of like instead of being like, hey guys, I'm doing this, I was like, I'm going to change my stuff on Facebook and just gonna tell my friends to go ahead and say he and call me Caleb in front of, my family and stuff and just let everyone catch on is pretty much what I did. I understand that not everybody feels that's how they want to do it, but that's how I felt most comfortable doing it. Because I don't like confrontation. I have really bad anxiety. I did not want to be like, you have to do this. So I just, you know, let it happen, I guess. It's not a very exciting story. I'm sorry. And I mean, before I started taking hormones, I did want to verbally tell my parents. So, what I did for that is they were obviously aware what was happening because they both switched to calling me just K instead of what my birth name was, um, because they weren't ready to call me by my chosen name, which was fine. And they tried, just not using pronouns, which was still okay. They were trying to make a change, and I understand that it takes a while. Um, So what I did was the day that I was gonna go see my gender therapist to talk about what doctor I was gonna see for hormones. Um, I asked my mom if she knew what I was doing, and she said, "Yeah, you're going to see that counselor so that you can be a guy." And I was like, "Okay, so you do know, but this time what I'm doing is we're talking about the doctor that will be prescribing me hormones. So that's gonna happen now, and I just I wanted her to be on board, and she was like, okay, yeah. And from there, she's gone to all my appointments with me because I have to drive like an hour and a half to get to my doctor. Um, there's not very many endocrinologists that deal with trans things in upstate New York, so it's either way. I was gonna have to drive more than an hour. It didn't matter where I went. So, um, but then after I had asked my mom, or no, I believe I had actually told my dad first. But I also did the same thing. I was like, you know why I'm going, right? And he was like, yeah, you want to be a guy. And I was like, yeah, this time I'm going because I'm going to get the hormones and I'm going to start physically transitioning. And that was the first time I had ever verbally told my dad and anything about transitioning or wanting to transition. And his response was, if if he said, if any of my friends have a problem with it, you don't have to worry about it. They can leave. And that meant a lot to me because my dad, um, he hangs out with his friends a lot. Like he's close with his friends. So for him to be like you come first, it just felt really good because yeah, whatever. Um, that's how I came out to them. The rest of my family, I have a few aunts and uncles and cousins that were just like, all right, do you want to be called? What do you want to be called and stuff? And that's how that went, and it just kind of spread. anyone who hasn't known, they are obviously aware now. I've had several family parties, and my one aunt was just like, I didn't even recognize you until your father told me who you were, and I was like, holy crap! So that's how I kind of came out. Now, like, if I tell people, like, coming out's not as a big deal for me because I don't want to be stealth. Like, I want to be able to pass, but I don't want to be stealth. Um, so now when I get to know someone, I'm just like, oh, by the way, I'm trans. I totally know about vagina problems. So, um, but yeah, that's I'm just very passive when it comes to things. I don't like to be in your face about anything. So, but yeah, if you guys want to know more detail or have any questions or want any more advice, feel free to ask me on here or hit me up on my Tumblr. Tumblr is thattransguy.tumblr.com. No spaces, no underscores, just one solid thing. So, all right, that's it for this week, and I'll see you guys next week.